Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's that time again. It's the Split Peak Soup Podcast. I'm your host, Neil Carney, and I'm here today with a very special guest, the legend himself, Noah Wegrich. Noah, I'm super happy to have you on today.
Right on, Neil. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I'm stoked to do a podcast. I've only done one of these, so I'm a newbie, but we'll get it done.
Yeah, we will get it done. Yeah, I find that in the past, once it gets kind of rolling, we get locked in and, everything kind of melts away. So
Right.
it's you and me, and we have our mascot Ozzy there on the couch posted up.
Oswald.
Yeah, our resident dog legend here. So how's your day been so far? You got up the coast, get some waves, huh?
Yeah. I had a lovely morning. It was sunny and the winds were good and there was a little swell and jammed up the coast and had some fun little lefts.
Nice. And how was the crowd factor?
Crowd factor was great. It was I shouldn't say, well, it was great. There was only like 10 or 15 people out. I just surfed at Scotts Creek.
Okay.
But it was just a great vibe. Like everyone was stoked. It kind of happens after a run of swell like we've had. The last month has just been insanely beautiful and fun waves everywhere. So I feel like everyone's just very peaceful.
Yeah.
And it's late in the season. Like everyone's got waves and had Christmas and a New Year's. And I feel like people are very chill.
Yeah, man, what a fun wave. I love Scotts Creek. It's like this kind of you can go left there, there's a couple of sick little left ramps and little wedges kind of. And then the right, there's something about the right that's like the way it stands back up on that inside. You can just kind of go to Hammertown out there. And I like it. I like watching guys like Nat surf out there.
Yeah, anyone powerful.
Yeah, a little
Adam
Bell's Beach kind of vibe there.
Yeah, those two for sure stand out. Or like Rich Schmidt.
Yeah, totally.
I saw little Richie going out as I was leaving.
Oh, cool.
I was like, dang, I should stay and watch him, but I gotta go hang with Neil, dude.
Yeah, that Richie, that kid is pretty nuts. So talented. It's obviously it's in the blood with that family.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's just got. That he's just kind of like one of those kids that's just when the waves are good, if you see him there, you're kind of that you're on to something good. Yeah,
he's an ace.
Totally.
He's a guru.
Yeah. What about around the corner there? Do you like surfing out at waterfalls or horseshoes at all?
Yeah. Definitely love surfing those waves as well. I'm on my backhand out there, so it's definitely fun and challenging, and they're kind of deeper water, and the waves are cool.
Yeah,
it's a good stretch.
Totally. Gets a little spooky though, kind of surfing out there. Have you had any weird vibrations surfing up north with the big fish at all? Any close calls or anything like that?
I've never had any crazy close calls, but I've been fairly close to big fish a few times.
Yeah.
But once or twice at Waddell, seen him at Año once or twice, and a couple of the beach breaks further up too.
Mm-hmm.
But thankfully, I respect them and their space, and they respect me and my space.
Yeah.
But if one comes for me, I kind of made my peace with it.
Sure.
So,
I
always figured it's better than a car accident. So go out like heavy metal, dinosaur style.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. Yeah. I mean, there's that to it as well. And we're just at the end of the day, we're coming into their territory.
For sure.
We're tourists in their land, and they reign supreme there.
Yeah, they're the apexes.
Mm-hmm. I don't think they're too obviously they're not super interested in human meat.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
No, dude. Yeah, we curse all the time on this podcast. There's no.
I was just thinking about this heavy thing I heard online, or got sent an article, and it was 4 attacks in 4 days or something.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Australia, and I was like, oh my gosh, my heart goes out to all the people affected by those.
Yeah, it's a fine line, I think, to be considerate of the reality that it is that their territory and their place, but at the same time it's I think, it's a little bit, at least, as a human, it's easier probably to say this, but like when a human goes out, it seems like a more impactful thing as, sentient beings with the ability to like reflect on the nature of reality. And, we're opened up to a little bit more suffering. So when, I would go out on a limb to say, if a shark, like if their brother gets eaten or something, they're kind of like, oh, like, they might for a moment be kind of like, oh, that's a bummer, but they're just all cruising, they're kind of like that reptilian brain, a little bit more prehistoric, should I say, and
Right.
human consciousness, in the past however many millions of years it is since we kind of like came out of the trees and stuff like that, some spark happened where we're able to really kind of reflect on the impermanence of life. And so, yeah, when someone that we know goes, it's devastating.
For sure. Yeah, it seems way harder for the people who are still here. I think dying would be a crazy adventure.
Yeah.
Definitely trying to stay for as long as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for that time when
Yeah,
it comes.
for sure. That's a good way to look at and to go about like living your life, because some people are just like petrified with fear, and that can overwhelm your experience. And like you alluded to, we've just got a short time here. And if you can kind of just, put your feet in the sand and smell the flowers and just enjoy it, but also recognize the fact is like, we're all going to leave here at some point, and it might be the opening of a new adventure, in some form,
Big time adventure.
Yeah, big time. Do you have any like, I know it's hard to say without going there, but do you have any kind of like feelings about, like what happens when you die, or like spiritually?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I love the idea of reincarnation. I think that's pretty sick. But I also love like the idea of like joining. Have you watched that new show on Apple TV, Pluribus?
No,
Oh, it's weird. But
is that about like some like video game or something like that? Wasn't?
nah, it's from the guy who made Breaking Bad. And but basically it's like aliens come and they like take over the human species, but they're all one. It's like the beehive thing.
Oh, right, the hive mind.
The hive mind.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I don't really love the idea of like losing my individuality when I die. But I do love the idea of like joining everyone who's died before me and like all the space dust and whatever's out there.
Yeah.
We are.
Right.
I think like, I don't know. A lot of people when they die, they have or people who have near death experiences, they see light or like a tunnel and light. And I think that sounds great. I'm hoping for like a tunnel light. And then into like big bang stars.
Yeah, back into the just the galactic soup.
And then last wish would be come back as my dog.
Yeah.
Bubba.
There you go. Sick. Well, dude, okay. Yeah, it's already starting. We're getting into this early, but this is where I start talking about drugs. And dude, I've had fucking like ketamine trips where I've gone like to different like dimensions and had like full like near death experience ones where I've like encountered it wasn't a face, it wasn't like I didn't see my grandpa, but I met my grandpa's spirit in and like
feel him. He was
totally there. And I was just like talking to him, and I'm like this is nice, like this is dope, and I'm like feeling like just bathed in like God's love and just being like, I want to chill here, and like can I stay in there? Yeah, and he's like, I don't know, dude. He's like, you got some shit to do. I was like, just you'll be back here, you will come back. And so yeah, I'm kind of totally. And then I've also had other ones where
that sounds really nice, man. I like that.
Yeah, and I've like tapped into the hive mind thing where like I've actually like gone into like a different realm of experience where like I started like feeling like I was like a node in like a big like web, and like I started like hearing like conversations of like my neighbors and stuff like in their houses and like miles away, and like hearing everyone's conversations like at once. And yeah, so it's like kind of that feeling of like, and then also I've had ones where it's like I've been just like oh my God, God is real. I'm God. What the fuck? Magic is real. Holy shit. And I come out of being like, okay, like, there's a lot of like philosophers and people who study this stuff and think about it where, they think that we're all, consciousness is, we're fragments of God. And consciousness is God experiencing itself through a multitude of different perspectives because it's like a lonely God and there's only one of it. And so to have individuality, it needs to, flow through other consciousnesses, and that everything that has a point of view is just God experiencing itself through a splinter of its own like consciousness. So I guess wild and
Dude,
weird.
We're God.
Yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful
Love it.
thing to think. And, if you can like look at someone else and like look at them in the eyes and see yourself and like see them as like something as divine as yourself. And you could you could move through your life with a little bit more empathy, kindness, and I don't see any downside to that, but yeah, don't do too many drugs, kids, you want to like space that out a little bit and be responsible, but
yeah,
it can take you there.
You want to grow up first and get your own kind of set of morals and everything before you experiment with anything, kiddos.
Yeah, definitely. I would be the first to say that. And yeah, you just want to be responsible. And yeah, but there are different ways, it's not just drugs too. Like there's, we can have transcendental and mystical experiences through other means like meditation,
For sure.
Initiation, like certain cultures, they'll lock one of their kids like in a cave or something, like deprive them of like light and stuff like that for like years. And like,
God.
and they have them come out. It might be a
sound good.
little extreme, but in doing that, they can have these really transcendental experiences that the tribe, they require that like kind of spiritual maturity for them to enter the rest of the tribe.
For sure, that makes sense. Yeah, I think for me, everything's just moderation.
Yeah.
Like I'm in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
And I like it. It's nice to be there.
Totally. Yeah. Well, yeah. And even just thinking about all this stuff, you can kind of get like whacked out,
For sure.
So it's like there's something to be said about, being grounded. And what kind of things ground you in your life?
I mean, pretty basic for the most part, just like my family. Being around them is like, everything for me. But then I'd say like my biggest, I don't know, spirituality and religion, so to speak. I'm not big on religion, but I think it's surfing.
Yeah.
Surfing is religion. It is God to me. Like I can go and disappear into the consciousness of the ocean and just be so at peace and happy just being in the water. So yeah, I feel grateful to be a surfer.
Yeah. And I saw you and your family down. We were last Thursday. It was this like mental day at the beach, and like it was so warm in January. And like I sat and I talked to you before surfing with my board, and within 20 seconds, my like wax was melting. And that was such a killer day. And like we had some fun times out there surfing. Like a really positive, cool crew of people were out that day, and I saw you kicking it on the beach with your family, and your sister was there.
Yep.
Were your parents there too?
Yeah, my folks were there. It was the whole squad. It was so fun.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful day to be at the beach. We were too lucky.
So it looks like, it seems like surfing and the beach are like a kind of integral part from a family standpoint. Is that something that was big in your, growing up, like time at the beach and stuff?
Oh yeah, definitely. My dad's been a surfer since I was before I was born. But and my mom loves the ocean too and swimming. She loves swimming, but she also boogie boards, longboards, and used to kneeboard when she was shredding the gnar back in her prime.
Yeah.
But we still it's kind of, I don't know, it's religion, it's grounding, it's everything for us. We love being at the beach together.
Yeah. And I saw your sister. I hadn't seen her for years. We used to be like kind of like fellow writers there for Santa Cruz Sentinel together. And
Yeah,
she had her
epic.
surf column. And how's Gretchen doing these days? It's been a while since I've like seen or checked in with her.
Yeah, she's doing great, man. She lives up in Marin and loves it. She's super into like mountain biking and still surfing too. But yeah, she's doing good. She's just like classic G-Wags in the house.
Yeah, Gretchen's
She's always
solid.
Yeah, she's so fun to hang with. She loves traveling too. She's been into sailing lately.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Her and her boyfriend got like captain's licenses and they went over to Europe and were like rented a catamaran
Wow.
and we're sailing around like I think it was Croatia and they just said it was so fun.
Nice.
And I was like, take me with you.
Yeah, for sure. Have you done any European escapades?
Yeah, a little bit. I've like a lot of my life I've spent traveling, but most of it is for surfing, which is so fun and so grateful
Yeah.
to have that. But yeah, haven't done tons like where the ocean isn't involved or a priority.
Yeah.
But I did take one trip with my wife that was super fun years ago, and we went for like I don't know 2 months to Europe, and yeah,
Oh, wow.
it was awesome. Yeah, we went to Portugal and France, and
Bitchin'.
yeah, it was so nice. I
Well,
wanna
you can
go
get
back,
some waves
do it
in
again.
those zones too, you know? Like
Yeah,
it's I'm kind of the same way with traveling. It's like if I'm going to spend all the money, if I'm going to kind of like leave my comfort zone and just like go far away, it's like kind of want to be shredding, you know? Going where there's waves and stuff.
right. Surfing's just too fun. But yeah, that trip was cool. We like ended up going out to Mallorca and met up with this guy, Julian Smith, who was like a super sick artist. And he just like hosted us. I didn't even know him. He was just like friends with my buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And he connected the dots for us. And we ended up like staying with him for like 2 weeks or something. And
Cool.
it was so just like mind expanding and
Yeah.
good for me to like, yeah, jump away from the ocean. I mean, we were still in the ocean or the Mediterranean. I guess that's,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a lake or an ocean.
Yeah, I think it's
salty.
It's a small ocean. Yeah, it's like a sea.
But yeah, it
Yeah.
was just so fun. And like going to Paris, like I went to Paris that trip and yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, there's something to be said for, you know, stepping out of your comfort zone, expanding your horizons a little bit and kind of like tasting the rainbow, like that Skittles
Yeah.
commercial.
we hung out in Barcelona a bit too. And I remember I was with Willem Banks too, and we were skating, and it was just so fun. Like
Whoa.
every night we'd just go find a new spot, and like,
Sick.
yeah, it was epic.
That's dope. Well, yeah, I just want to kind of like backtrack a little bit. And your dad was a surfer, and let's talk about your like introduction to surfing.
Yeah, yeah. Pops was a surfer. Growing up, I grew up in Seacliff, like right in Aptos, and yeah, the beach was like basically the playpen. You know, we could walk down to the beach, and yeah, I just got a boogie board before I could walk, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, my dad would drag me around in the wet sand on that, and then yeah, just the evolution took place, and yeah, it was the best childhood I could ever ask for.
Yeah.
It was so fun, and my mom was like a lifeguard, and we learned to swim real young, and yeah, the beach was just our whole world.
Yeah. I think the first time that like maybe you came on my radar, it was, you know, I was spending a lot of time surfing the beaches in Aptos, and like there's, I think maybe like, I'm not sure, but I think maybe riding for Billabong, like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're like this little
yeah.
like 13 or 14-year-old kid with shaved head, you know, which now you have that again, but you know, after you came like the hair guy, but like
Right.
you're the little guy with the shaved head, this little peanut head, and like you're fucking ripping and surfing, and I was just like, yeah, like was that one of your first sponsors?
Yeah.
Billabong?
Yeah.
Cool.
Dude, we should talk about this. Basically, I grew up just loving the beach and stuff, but I didn't really get into surfing myself till I was like, I don't know, 9 or 10 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just absolutely fell in love. I
Yeah.
was so stoked on it. at a young age, and I just watch surf movies all day and just, go try airs and whatever. But basically I was like kind of secluded from the surf community. Like the South Side has a surf community, but I was pretty young still, and I had like, one or two friends that surfed. But basically, I'd never done a contest or like never, been in kind of in the mix, so to speak. And I remember, do you remember the Grom Fest?
Yeah.
I forget how, but I had some friend or something who convinced me, or a friend's parent who was like, oh, you got to put him in the comp. And like, I was 12 years old, and I remember we did the comp. It was at the Hook, and I won the 10 and under, or 12 and under, maybe 12 and under, I think.
Yeah.
I won it, and Adam Rapolgo pulled me after the comp and put me on Billabong.
Whoa.
And I got sponsored that day. And there's a photo of me and Adam in the front yard with like my trophy.
Yeah.
And he's like got his arm around me, and it's
Sick.
just like, I just cherish that photo. I think it's so rad.
Yeah, that's special. Like, gosh, I think, at that age, I think for me, like one of my first sponsors was Freeline.
Sick.
And so like I would, I was like had a job for $5 store credit. I would like rinse the piss out of the rental suits and like hang out kind of at the shop and seeing Pete and like all those guys. And at that point, like Freeline had like a gnarly team.
Oh yeah.
It's like Mike Golder, Charlie Parker, freaking Augie, and then like all the the Aptos dudes. There's like Ollie and Jason Gingery and like all those guys. And like, it was just so cool. Like, and at one point, like Pete was like doing some coaching with me, like, a little bit, like,
that's awesome.
It didn't get super involved, but I basically, not to just overtake the story, but like this is kind of interesting.
Keep going.
Like,
I want to hear about Team Freeline, baby.
Yeah, so
Let's
dude,
go.
And this will kind of, maybe we can tie it into your experience, but like with surfing, like loyalty was like a huge thing for me, because I think when I was like 13, the first counter offer I got was, I was surfing, and I came in from surfing one day, and Matt Rockhold and who was it? They were on the cliff. It was Matt Rockhold. Maybe it was just Matt Rockhold, but he came up to me and he's like, hey, he's like, Stretch wants to sponsor you. And he's like, we'll give you freaking like 6 or 7 boards a year, and then me and Loya will coach you. And like, it was just like, whoa, like, I was like, that was my first custom board, was a Stretch, and like I was like in love with the boards, and like, but dude,
and you're like 13.
I was like 13.
You're
and
like,
I was,
dude, I've made it. I'm winning the lottery right
guaranteed.
now.
And then, dude, but I rode for Freeline, and like I was just like, like I turned it down because I was like so loyal to like Pete and John and what they were doing.
Respect,
for me.
dude.
Yeah, and they're helping me out, and then. I think then when I was 15, I rode for Santa Cruz skateboards.
Nice.
Those guys right there. This was right before the surfboards came out. They had a skate surf team.
Hell
so like
yeah.
Rat, me, and Scribby rode for them. I think maybe 1 or 2 other people. And I used to go through NHS with like a freaking shopping cart and just like throw fucking like so much shit in there, and like it was an insane sponsor. But then at some point the surfboard brand was coming out, and then I had a meeting with Novak, and like my mom came, and like Rhodey was there, and like they offered me a sponsorship for the surfboards.
Nice.
And at that point I was still riding for Freeline, and then but like through Freeline I rode for Rusty. That was another Jason Gingery kind of connection.
Okay.
And, I was getting a pretty good deal, like free boards and stuff like that, but not anything near what they're offering me.
Yeah.
But then I turned them down, and then I think like some point later, like I got dropped by Rusty like 4 months after, and then maybe like 6 months after that, like Freeline stopped having a surf team. And so I was just like, I felt like a barn kind of, but at the same time is like I felt kind of like that was important, like loyalty and stuff, and not sure if it was the wisest decision, but have you ever had any kind of like moments like that in your career?
Ups and downs.
Yeah.
with the trying to navigate the pro surfing world. Totally. Yeah, I definitely have. I was definitely lucky to have some good people in my life who helped push me in good directions. But yeah, I don't know, there's been a bunch of different ones, but yeah, I definitely can relate to like being kind of caught in the middle. It's this weird thing of like you're living out your dream of like, oh, I get to surf and I'm getting a free board and a free wetsuit or a t-shirt or sweatshirts or whatever. But you also got to remember like you're doing a job and a service for people, and you know, you're what makes their company cool, and your surfing is driving sales. So that's a hard thing to navigate as a young person too.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think a lot of surfers or pro surfers have dealt with similar problems.
Yeah. Well, and just kind of like talking kind of on the line of sponsorships, would you say that one of your like breakthrough kind of deals was with Rip Curl, and was like someone like Matt Myers like really important in your like development as a pro surfer?
Oh yeah, hugely. Yeah, I remember I was I was probably 17 and I lost at nationals, like in the quarters or something, and I was like so frustrated and just like I was just like, I don't get it. Why am I not good enough? Or like, I'm not going to make it, you know? And I think just competing was like really not starting to work out for me. And I was like, I don't know what to do now, you know? And Matt was a huge like part of that, making that transition happen for me. He just kind of, took me under his wing, and, you know, he'd tell me to get in the van and we'd go chase waves. And he kind of brought back like the fun aspect. He's a fun guy.
Yeah.
He's just awesome.
Totally.
And being around his energy and like, yeah, he's driven too. Like he's not a lazy guy.
No.
So it was cool to be around him. And yeah, through hanging with him, eventually I got, a sponsorship from Rip Curl. And that like snowballed till I was like, I don't know. I think I got sponsored when I was 18, and I think I left when I was 24. So it was like 6 years of like having the most fun ever and getting to travel and getting exposure to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I was like 18. I think he set it up like there was a connection in Indo, and I really wanted to go to Indo, and there was this one guy, and he basically, my parents just let me go, and I just went solo to Indo for like I don't know how long, like 2 months or something.
Yeah.
But I ended up making lifelong friends and like having these epic experiences and surfing and just like, yeah, Matt's a huge factor in like pushing me to explore this road that I've chosen.
Totally. And so like, you know, you are basically a free surfer.
Yeah.
That was a decision you made around that point to just kind of chuck the jersey and just use your expressive surfing to get photos of yourself surfing in like media and stuff. Like,
right.
What would you say is like, it sounds like a dream, you know, job, but what do you think are like the ups and downs of being that type of sponsored surfer these days?
Yeah, I'd say that it's funny to call yourself a free surfer because you're not just free surfing, you're not soul surfing, you're still competitive.
Right.
Obviously, like but mostly it's with myself. Like, but I don't know, I think the whole competition side of things, like the headspace it put me in, and, you know, wanting to like kind of, I don't know, wanting to like sick him to the other guy in the heat. I didn't have that.
No.
I wanted to see the other guy in the heat like do a crazy air and be like, holy shit, that was awesome. I want to try one.
Yeah.
And like do it better, bigger,
right.
like,
sure.
you know, go huge. And like, so I think I realized that was a way to push myself. And like, if I went far enough down that road, I could potentially make a career out of it. 'Cause, you know, people were like, you know, there was, you know, Donovan Frankenreiter and Rasta and like all these cool kind of like people who had sort of opened up new faucets that you could potentially make a living from.
Yeah.
And going on trips and traveling and surfing, that was very drawing for me. I was drawn to that. And yeah, I think that's just kind of the way I went. I was like, I want to be a pro free surfer.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm glad I did. I think I would have been really unhappy for a few years.
Yeah. Well, the contest surfing gets kind of like robotic a little bit, and like, you know, you can, if you're
It's like playing chess or something. Like,
yeah,
I'd rather go play like kickball or
right,
or whatever it is, you know, like
totally.
Yeah.
Less structure, more just kind of like expression and kind of that kind of deal.
Yeah, my favorite surfers are like not always the world champion.
Right.
I was into Aussie Wright, like who else? Nate Tyler was a huge one for me. It's crazy, like nowadays me and Nate are like friends, and I know his family and his kids, and we're like, he invited, like my first big movie project that I got to work on was from him. He invited me to be in this film called Mute, and we like went into the Pacific Northwest and did some surfing, and yeah, that was so sick.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah. Aussie Wright commented on one of my photos that Nelly took, like a couple, or he didn't even comment. He just liked it.
Oh, sick.
But I saw it somehow, and that was like, it felt like I won the world title.
Yeah, peak moment.
I was so stoked.
That's sick. Yeah, just like take a screenshot and like frame it. Be like, right, liked your photo.
Yeah, put it on the refrigerator with magnets or something.
For sure. Well, that's pretty wicked. And then, but you know, it's kind of cool. And I don't know like how tapped into this you are, but it seems like there's other ways to kind of maybe find a little bit of a blend. Like they're doing these like 1 or 2 day like wave pool air contest thingamajigs.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten an invite to that? And like, why not? If like, what the hell? Like, you should be up in that thing. Like,
I know. I love a good wave pool hangout.
Yeah.
I actually did. I got to do 2 of them through the Stab High program.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, super
nice.
Fun. But they're like, the wave pool things are so fun, but it's very much like a cool kids party.
Sure.
You have to be picked by whoever's putting on the event, and then on top of that, your sponsors have to pay for you to be there, which is
right.
a fair bit of money a lot of times.
Yeah, sure.
And so it's all this. It's kind of I love them. They're so fun. I think they push surfing. I think they're so good for surfing. And like, I want to go to all the wave pool events and do them. But yeah, they're bit of coin.
Hard to break through into that kind of, well, yeah, there's I guess the surf media, there are the cool kid like crew and like the flavors of the month and stuff like that. And where sometimes it's like, obviously talent drives that a lot too, but a lot of like personality and image type stuff. And I'll be the first to say that I like, you know, some of that stuff just is like whack to me, you know, like, I don't know, but I understand where it's coming from. But have you ever found like yourself like on a trip with somebody who, you know, you like, if you're gonna plan a trip, you know, it's like if you don't have a sponsor or something like that, you're like, okay, who am I gonna go with? Like, okay, these guys are frothers, we get along well together and this is gonna be sick. But like if you're getting sent like on like a maybe back in the day more so than now, but like a magazine trip or something like that, it's like you could just like be paired with somebody who's just like a Daryl or something, or like just like,
oh yeah, for sure.
What's that like, being like stuck with someone, or like maybe in the snow too, because you like to go to like cold places where it's like maybe you're trapped in like a cabin with somebody and you're just like, what is this? Who is this guy or something?
Yeah, no, that's real for sure. I think I've been very fortunate. I generally get along with people pretty well. But yeah, I mean, thankfully, like, for the most part, I've skated by without getting into too many, you know, altercations or having like a bad time on trips. But I think traveling just kind of forces you to be a little bit of a flubber. You know, you're kind of you go with the flow and you make the best out of whatever's happening. Yeah. And I had a lot of cool people around me to like teach me that. Yeah, you got to be like kind of like receptive and patient. Yeah, and I had a funny one in Alaska one time, and we went up there for Surfer Magazine, and it was one of my, I don't know if it was my first trip with Molks, but there was waves for the first day of the trip when we got there, this sick beach break, like just sickest A-frames everywhere and like sunny and offshore, and it was like the dream. And then we were there for like 2 weeks after that, and all we did was walk around on the beach and go beachcombing. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
But like it was so funny because like everyone was like, oh, that sucks, like you probably had the worst time, and like literally had the greatest time.
Dope.
Like it was so fun. I brought home, I think it was like over 20 pounds of rocks.
Sick.
In my board bag.
Nice.
And one day I want to make like an outdoor shower with them like inlaid.
Cool.
That'd be sick.
That's way rad.
But yeah, so I don't know. I guess we were talking about having a bad experience, but like you also can have like the best experiences with people when you're traveling, and like, yeah, and there's no surf, and you get to know people like so much better and
Yeah.
connect on different things and like get into conversations you never would, because like when the waves are good, we're just like little kids. We just can't contain ourselves. We're, look at that wave. Oh, it's spitting down there.
Yeah. That's way cool. Yeah. You know, it's you get out of your comfort zone, and once you're there, I mean, what the fuck can you do? You know, you're just like, sure. And you seem like somebody who kind of like looks on the bright side of things, and you know, so that's pretty cool to hear. And let's just talk a little bit about this movie that you guys got coming out.
Oh yeah.
You want to walk me through that a little bit?
Dude, totally. Yeah, thanks for remembering, because I would have forgot. Even though it's coming up. It's in like 3 weeks, a month. February 21st, the Rio Theater. Myself and Perry Gershkow will be premiering Keeping in the Shadows, which is a 6-year surf odyssey. There's about 20 plus surfers, a couple unsung heroes that didn't get tagged, but we ran out of tagging in the stupid Instagram thing.
Oh yeah, sure.
You can only tag 20 people.
Oh wow, that's weird.
Which was hilarious because there was like 20 main people in it, but then there was like obviously some more too who were awesome.
Supporting cast members.
Yeah. But yeah, that's coming up soon. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
It's been a labor of love for sure. It's kind of cool. Like we kept it independent, which just means like there's no sponsors or anything. So just whenever Perry and myself had free time and saved up a little money, we'd get on the horn and figure out somewhere fun to go chase waves. And he's been an absolute just brother.
Cool.
In the process. And yeah, we've had so much fun making it, and it's like getting really close. I mean, we're done, but like he's still tweaking stuff, getting the sound guys to go over it. And
yeah, it's like the Marvel movies. It's like they film like the freaking epic superhero movie, and then they're doing fucking reshoots and like tweaking things till like the last, week or something, like till it comes
that's
out.
us.
So yeah.
For sure.
So like in that contest, like who are like the Avengers of this like surf film, who are like the main character, who's the Captain America and who's like the freaking Deadpool?
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm not a Captain America kind of guy, but I am in this one. I'm the protagonist. I guess I'm the common denominator of the film.
Yeah.
So I've been involved in all the trips and everything. But yeah, there's some of the like, they're just basically everyone who was involved in the film. They're just our friends who happen to be these amazing, talented surfers. And we kind of, I don't know, like in the past, I guess you try to like have people who are big names or whatever. Mm-hmm. And this one, we were a little bit like, all right, let's just like, who do we love hanging with and surfing with? And like, yeah, it was like going back to the trips where you're on a trip with a bad person or someone you don't get along with. We just didn't want to do that at all during this project. Mm-hmm. And so I think we achieved that. Everyone we hung with is just absolute brother from another mother.
Yeah.
And I think, Nat's got some amazing surfing in it. Nate Tyler, Torrin Martin, Ben Coffey.
Okay.
We got some of the Irish lads. We got Connor McGuire and Garage McDavid, and Who else? Noah Lane's in there.
Godowskis guys?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
the Gudang Bros.
Yeah.
Unfortunately we didn't get Dane, but we got Pat and we got Tanner.
Cool.
And they have a huge puzzle piece of it for us.
Nice.
Tanner has a lot of cool like voice stuff in the film.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's like he articulates himself so well, and he's just like, he loves surfing.
Yeah.
And we did like basically the movie, like we filmed on like I think we went North America, Europe, Africa, South America. And like basically throughout the whole film, like as you go to each section or place, there's like a precursor or like a, kind of a prologue to each section.
Cool,
and
like a narrative type of angle.
There's some narrative throughout the film to kind of tie it all together and give it a little more depth and kind of make people get to know the surfers a little more and stuff. But we kind of had conversations with all the crew, like phone calls, and through that there's like Perry's chopped up the voices and turned it into something somewhat understandable.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it has been, man. Getting to like, we'd do the trips and then we'd have these phone calls and like checking in with everyone afterwards and like revisiting the time we spent together was so fun.
That's dope. Yeah. And what were some of the highlights, at least for like the surfing components, like the best waves you think you got?
Dude, honestly, that's the thing. We took our time with it, and so, I mean, it's not like we're surfing Nazare or Mavericks or whatever, but all the waves are pretty awesome and super fun. And like, we kind of scored everywhere we went. Somehow Perry's a good luck charm.
Nice.
Maybe it was because we were doing it on our own dime, but the gods were good to us. And yeah, we had an awesome luck with filming for this. I don't know. I think all the trips were pretty special. One that stands out was we were in Chile with Kyle Boothman and Tanner Godowskis and Pat Godowskis, and getting to see Tanner and Pat's relationship. Like I knew Tanner fairly well, but I didn't know Pat super well. I just kind of knew him a little. But getting to watch their like, they're brothers.
Yeah.
And they're just hilarious and stoked, and like they're just good dudes. And so seeing them get like interact together on a trip and score waves and surf amazing. Yeah. And like, brothers, they just kind of raise the bar.
Sure. Yeah. That energy.
And I thought, cause Tanner's a goofy, I thought we were surfing a lot of lefts, and I thought Tanner was going to take the cake, but Pat, I think, got him.
Okay.
I mean, Tanner
his backhand is freaking fierce, dude.
Fierce, dude.
Yeah.
He's got the dad gear.
Yeah.
And I think Tanner he's also a father now too, but he just unlocked his dad gear.
Yeah.
Pat might have had a little more dad gear time.
Totally. Well, hey, dude, not to like kind of swing too far away about, but dad gear, you're about to get your dad gear primed up.
Yeah.
Dude. You got a little baby Waggy on the way.
Yeah, dude.
That's freaking dope, bro.
Life is happening.
Yeah. When's that all cracking off?
Yeah, this summer. Yeah, we're going to have a baby girl this summer.
Fuck
me and my wife. It'll be amazing.
That's so cool, dude.
So stoked.
Yeah,
surreal. We're so happy, and yeah, I'm excited for a whole new chapter of life.
Yeah, I think you're gonna be a great dad. It's like you've got like great positive energy, and your love for surfing. Well, it's a girl, right?
Yeah, baby girl.
Yeah, so you'll be able to take her and introduce her to the beach lifestyle, and I'm super happy for you. That's like huge. Is there any like trepidation going in, or are you kind of feeling comfortable with the task?
I don't know. I think I'm not like it's gonna be a breeze, but I'm also, I don't know, I feel like super at peace with it. Like I'm not. Some people they're like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I'm freaking out, but I'm freaking out like excited. I wish she was here already.
Totally.
But I also like realize that it's, life changing and gonna be a whole different thing. Yeah. But I'm excited for it.
Yeah. You ask guys like Nat Young or Sean Burns any advice or anything about how to stay in the water, or have you any talks with the wife about, like, this is my job, honey? But no, you guys are both busy, I know.
Yeah, no, I think she's a firm supporter of the surfing, which is great. But yeah, it'll definitely right when we have the kid, I'll be, staying put for a little bit just to be around and all that. But no, I think she'll be ready for the beach in what, 3 months, 6 months?
Yeah. And how'd you meet your wife, by the way? Natalie, right?
Yeah, dude, I met Natalie at where were we? Zelda's.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, my buddy's band. Shout out to No Maleka Doja.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
Those guys were ripping up the stage, and she walked in the front door, smoking hot, black jeans, black boots, all black leather jacket, just
nice,
hot as hell.
Yeah,
and I just ran out the back door. I was terrified of her. But no, she was. Yeah, luckily she was friends with my buddy Tyler and came over and said hi to Tyler, and Tyler was just absolute gentleman and just basically, pawned me off on her and walked away, and the rest is history.
That's dope. And she owns Toasted Jewelry, right?
Yeah.
Is she the one who set you up with that freaking dope ass chain on your neck?
Yeah, dog.
Thing's looking freaking toasty, dude. Yeah, that's sick. And so was she into making jewelry for a long time, or how did she get into doing that?
Yeah, she's always been into jewelry. It was her and her girlfriend in high school. They wanted all the swag jewelry. They were like so stoked on it, and they were like, I love bling. Like, I want to wear all the sickest stuff. And they're like, shit, we can't afford any of this.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And so they figured out like how to start making stuff. And that just kind of snowballed. And yeah, here we are. I don't know. I think she started Toasted like over 10 years ago now, or coming up on 10 years.
Wow.
So yeah, and she loves it. It's like it's her surfing,
cool.
Which is so cool. Like, it was such a turn on for me when we were, first dating, that she was like excited about it and wanted to pursue it. Yeah. And it was cool. Like, for me, she was working for like a sunglasses bottle opener company or something funny like that. And then I like, she was always telling me, oh, I want to do this jewelry. And I like pushed her into it kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just been there for, I'm her biggest cheerleader. I love it. Like,
yeah,
I go to all the shows that I can and help set up, and
it's very cool.
Yeah, it's super special. I'm so proud of her.
Yeah. And what she just opened a newer location here on 41st, right?
Yeah, she's got a spot just right down the road on 41st, kind of by the O'Neill Surf Shop, or across the street from Betty's Burgers.
Nice.
Toasted Jewelry.
That's rad.
There's a big sign. It says Toasted.
Yeah, if you get lost, it's right there. One thing that I asked, going back into surfing, I kind of asked Tyler Fox about this when he came on, but like when I was, in growing up surfing, like in that age group, 10 to freaking 18 or even later, like the South Side, Aptos, it seemed like there was like a really like substantial surf like community that had its like own kind of like flavor. Like, it was like a thing. And I don't go down there as much, but it just feels like it's kind of faded a little bit, like, at least in terms of like this, like they're a pack of like young surfers who like were just totally like repping the South Side thing. Yeah. Is it kind of like, and like for me, like the reason why I don't go down there and much surfing, and like I got spooked when that kid got eaten, out there. It was like so super sad thing to happen. But do you think it's like a little bit less of like a surfing, like, I know that guys surf out there all the time, but have you noticed that maybe the cultural aspect of it is a little bit dissipated maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say the cultural aspect or the community of surfers I'd say it's grown for sure. Oh. And I think what's changed, or why you probably haven't been as aware of it, is, I mean, nowadays being a pro surfer or being involved in the surf scene it's real hard. Yeah, it's tough. Like, I think, you know, there's probably 1 or 2 people in Santa Cruz who make a paycheck from surfing, you know,
Right.
maybe 2 or 3. But
Sure.
but yeah, it's tough. So all the kids that like grew up underneath me, or like my young guns or whatever, they're all just like badass humans who do awesome shit and surf.
Cool.
But they're just kind of low key underground rippers and
Nice.
stuff. Like, I think he lives in San Francisco now, but I was going to comment on this kid Koya, who's like style lord, always gets like, he has like waves that rival Nat and Ben Coffey's wave out at OB and stuff. Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, he's a proper good surfer and just a absolute stand up dude. But, yeah, I think, what does he do? He's like kind of in Sean Burns's field, like he's doing, what do you call it?
Conservationist.
Conservationist work.
Yeah. Okay.
And, yeah, and then a couple other ones went into like fire, and, you know, one of them went down south, and he works for Stab magazine actually.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, there's a solid crew.
I guess that does make sense, you know, that it's more of like, you know, there's not like this like pro kind of phenomenon and stuff. And so like they're probably just more underground type characters.
But they all love surfing, and they're all out there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know, since going to the, you know, shark attack that happened a few years back and stuff. Yeah, I think people, it's so hard because, you know, obviously you want everyone to be safe and you know, not to have that happen ever again.
Yeah.
Hopefully, but I don't know, like for me and my friends and everyone who surfs down there, and my dad and mom and everyone, it's just like you can't not go surfing.
Yeah.
And that's like our home, and that's like where we grew up at. And I mean, I've 1,000% whites have checked me out and, you know, swam right under me and been within 5 feet a bunch of times. But, but I think, yeah, you just have to make that choice and be at peace with it.
Right.
And
yeah.
I mean, not to say I don't get scared.
Yeah, sure.
Of course I do. Like everyone, you know, you get that chill up your spine, and you look around and you go, oh my gosh, is it right now? Mm-hmm. But thankfully it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to ride it till the wheels fall off and hope for a big bang spirit quest when it does happen.
Totally. Yeah. Well, you can't live your life like ruled by fear. And I think, you know, another reason why I don't go down there is because I'm a cheapskate and I don't like putting gas in my car. And like, it's harder to justify, like, I don't know. Well, I was going to ask you that, like going up north and stuff like that. And like, do you utilize like, you know, swell reports? Do you know much about like angles of swell? And I guess there's like a wind app now that's kind of useful for people. Like I just hate going up there and like getting up there and I'm like, fuck, it sucks. Like I could have just surfed out at Sewer Peak. I know I can get waves there, you know, but how tapped in are you on like all that, like, you know, the scientist stuff?
Yeah, I'd say I'm like probably a 50 to 30% scientist, and then probably 60 to 70% just I love surfing, and I'm gonna go out there.
Yeah, for sure.
I think, you know, you can check the reports all you want every day, and it's so easy on your phone, and you can pull up a camera and all that. But in the end, like, fuck, for me, I just got to go to the beach. I'm a better person if I go to the beach.
Totally.
You know, I see my community. I see people that are, you know, family, basically, surf tribe. And yeah, I'm a happier, better person if I go to the beach. And even if it's shitty, at least I know it's shitty. Yeah. And I can be at peace with whatever else is going on.
Right.
Because we're such addicts. It's hilarious.
Totally.
Like, yeah, if the waves are good, you know, you're going to see the same 10 guys you always see. And it's cool though, because different spots attract different people. And I think, like, for me, surfing is just so fun, and there's so much diversity in it, depending on the spot and the board you use and who's in the water and what the weather's like. And it's this endless thing. Yeah. It's so fun. And yeah, I'm a better person if I go to the beach.
That makes sense.
I wish Surfline like didn't have cameras. Cause
Yeah.
I think I'd go to the beach even more.
Totally.
But it's all good. They've saved me a lot of time too.
And also you can like, use different equipment and stuff like that. And is that something that's like important to you? Like trying like alternative shapes, or do you just kind of like stay in one zone? Like what board is you riding like right now?
Honestly, everything. I don't care at all what board I'm on or what equipment it is, as long as it's right for having fun that day. If it's flat and 1 foot and the point's firing south swell, like I want a longboard.
Yeah.
Badly.
Right.
I want a Travis Reynolds snake charmer.
Yeah.
9.6.
Hell yeah.
But if it's big and scary at Ocean Beach, like, I want the 6.8 round tail, like, or if it's, whatever it is, a lot of times for the beaches, I've found myself lately on like a mid-sized board. I have like a 711. It's
cool.
really fun, like Bonzer,
Nice.
weird shape from Ryan Lovelace. That's
cool.
Amazing. And then, I have a weird, like kind of looks like a bar of soap. But that one's from my friend Trevor Gordon, and that one's super fun, just wide twin fin with thick board. But and then if the waves are like good, I love a short board.
Yeah,
those are great too, for
sure. And like you're like pretty nuts like air surfer, I'm gonna say that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
thank you.
What kind of like damage does that do to your surfboards, and how often do you go through like short boards in that regard?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm probably every shaper's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
But no, I think it depends. It depends what materials are used to make the board and the type of waves I'm surfing on the board. But if it's like an air wave and the waves are good and I'm on a poly board, it's done in 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, it's gonna
like,
get creamed.
It's just the deck just gets compressed, or you buckle it, or
yeah,
it loses its pop, which is funny in surfing because like most people, you can't even pop out of a wave. Like you're just riding on the surface of the wave.
Yeah.
But in skateboarding, it really is a true term. Like the skateboard, the tail of the board kind of wears out, and you don't have the spring that you used to have. But I think they're more referring to the flex,
right?
In
sure.
surfing.
Yeah.
And did you watch any of the Stab in the Darks? They did one with, or it wasn't Stab in the Dark, it was the acid surfboard test.
Yeah, I'm not unclear on what the difference between those two ones.
Right. It's the same thing, except one's for like pro as fuck shortboarders and one's for like trippy alternative dudes.
Oh, okay.
Same concept.
Yeah, okay, cool.
But the electric acid one was with Rasta, and he had this one moment in it where he took the brand new board and was like jumping on it upside down, like like where the rainbow, like flexing it.
Yeah,
he was just feeling the flex, and I don't know if he actually jumped on it. He might have just been like chest compressing it.
Yeah,
but you could really see it. It was amazing to watch the spring.
Okay,
and I'd like never seen someone do that before, and I was just like, wow, it's real. Like boards do have pop.
Sure.
Or like lose their pop over time.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully if I'm not doing tons of airs, I'll get like 6 months out of a board.
Cool.
That's like optimal.
Yeah. And how many boards do you tend to have at one time, given time?
I'm an addict. Well, I only have like, I'll have like 2 that I'm riding that I like have affiliate. I'm like very affinitive with. I love.
Yeah.
And then, probably like 4 or 5 kind of that are in the background.
Floaters.
That I'm like waving at, but not like taking out yet.
Totally jealous. They're sitting there like, taking her again.
Exactly. But yeah, those usually like 2 or 3 boards. But a lot of times with boards, like I'll have I'll bring the mid length and the fish, and then I'll have just one short board.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a range.
And those seem to tend to last longer too, having those like the alternative boards. You can cycle through those much less frequently and
big time.
Have a couple just in the rafters, for
glass them heavy
for that time. Yeah, Travis Reynolds boards, they they freaking are durable, man. Like,
Oh yeah.
I can drop a freaking anvil on my mid-length and it'd probably be just fine, you know,
Yeah.
and, which is nice. Like, I'm like, damn, like spent some good money on that thing. So
Yeah.
it's kind of cool to have
His
that.
boards are always worth the money, man.
Totally.
I have a couple of special ones from him that are just always at home.
And what a cool guy too. Like such a really nice dude. And,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, you can tell he like really appreciates the feedback and puts a lot of like love into his shapes, you know. So
he's a guru.
yeah, he's in Hawaii right now still.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, still maybe North Shoring.
Cool.
Yeah, he loves it over there.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going in a few weeks. I got to go pay him a visit.
nice. Cool. Where do you stay when you go over there?
This one I'll be staying like right on the North Shore. O'Neill's doing some stuff out there in like a few weeks.
Oh, fuck yeah. Sick.
So
Who's going on that one? Who else?
I don't know. Probably Ian Crane, myself, and I don't know. Sully Bailey always tends to make it out there.
Nice.
I haven't really got like the full on picture yet.
Yeah.
I just got alerted.
Crane seems like a freaking just like a super cool dude, like a frother. Like I haven't never met him, but anytime like I see like his like posts make me crack up, and he just seems like a freaking like a unique dude, you know.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude. Crano's a maniac. He's like through and through a surfer and just all about surfing.
Yeah.
And having a good ass time. And yeah, we've gotten to travel and hang for the last, I don't know, 6 years or so. And yeah, he's a brother for sure.
Yeah. And what, speaking of like Crane and Sully Bailey and stuff, is like, you know, you're affiliated with O'Neill, and it's a local company. And, you know, my neighbor's JJ, Jack Jr., and, you know, we've got a lot of just heritage and roots. Like, what does it mean to ride for like a company like O'Neill for you? And tell me about that relationship.
Yeah, man, it's everything. I think it's a little bit like earlier when you said that you rode for Freeline, and yeah, you were proud of that and wanted to honor that. And I think, yeah, I don't know, working with O'Neill's been amazing. Like before I was with O'Neill, I was with Rip Curl, and we had a great time. I think it was 4 or 6 years which I rode for them. And basically at the end of that period, I came to like, I was like, okay guys, like I had my fun. I got to get to work here, or like I need to get a paycheck.
Yeah.
I can't just like keep floating this life. And they were like, okay, we're going to let you go. And I was like, okay. And then I was kind of like a bit turned off from that. I was just like wasn't super stoked on doing surfing for a job anymore. I was like, I want to just do something else, or get to school, or get into something. And during like that kind of, it was probably like 6 months or something, I got like approached by a couple other brands and ended up like, kind of getting the golden ticket, so to speak. And then bobbled the golden ticket pretty good between the two brands.
Oh, wow.
And then just like, it left a bad taste in my mouth. It just kind of went sour. And it was all good, but like I basically just said, you know, I didn't work with either brand. And,
so what do you mean? You got like 2 really good offers and you like screwed one up, or what? You mean you had 2 opportunities? Yeah, 2
opportunities, and basically like I gave a like kind of verbal agreement and with the first brand, and then got approached by the second brand, and then like basically the guy who organized the first brand or the deal like found out that I was entertaining the offer from the other brand, and like went into the offices and like screamed at a bunch of people and like blew up. And I guess the 2 dudes who knew each other and were like friends from back in the day or something. But basically it just went real weird. Yeah. And this brand like pulled their deal off the table, and then after the way the first brand had like behaved and like yelled at the other people and caused a whole scene and like made me feel real bad and stuff, like, you know, cussed me out, and just, it was a weird scene. But basically I was just like, I don't want to work with the first brand anymore. And, you know, now that the second brand's off the table, like basically I was just like, I don't want to be a pro surfer. This is really fucking weird. And
Drama.
like, money is like making people do crazy shit. And like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I just want to surf and, you know, live a good life and be stoked. And I know I can do that at home in Santa Cruz. And like, you know, I can work construction and be a stoked human being. Like, it's not all bad to be home.
Yeah.
Or not surfing as a profession.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when that happened, I was just like I kind of pulled back from surfing. And actually Perry fucking got me kind of going again. He was like, oh, let's film. And, right when that happened, he kind of got me back in and was like, oh, let's film a little. Like, dude, you should like keep doing surfing. Like, you really love it. Like, you shouldn't let like a bad business deal like keep you from what you love to do. And yeah, he got me going and we started filming, and we filmed for like, I don't know, 3 months or something, 6 months. And that project turned into Elude, which is the last film we put out together.
Okay.
Yeah, which is cool. And then, yeah, through that, basically when I started filming for Elude, like within 3 to 6 months, circling back, sorry.
No, it's all good.
The, you know, the guys at O'Neill approached me.
Okay.
So that's when O'Neill was, you know, they realized I didn't have a sponsor, and they're like, oh, you're perfect. You're Santa Cruz, and, you know, you can do the model thing. You can free surf. Like, you want to do these trips. This is what we're looking for.
That's badass.
Yeah. And I was like, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So.
Plus, they make mental wetsuits, you know. So being a cold water surfer, that's probably like, wow, like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a win for sure. Having the nice wetsuit is huge, and yeah, big love for O'Neill and for what they've done for me over the last 6 years. It's crazy. Yeah, so I have another year with them, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun one. 2026, baby.
Yeah. And so how does that work? Like, cause I know that the wetsuit part is different than like the clothing, but like somehow if you ride for the clothing, you kind of are like getting the suits and stuff. Is like, do you still work with guys like locally here? Like,
yeah.
Or is like the team guy, where are those guys for like the international, basically like the O'Neill clothing and stuff?
Yeah, so O'Neill's interesting nowadays. Like, it's split into a bunch of different branches, but they're all like cohesive as O'Neill.
Right.
And the clothing side of the company is owned in Europe, and they do like international. Mm-hmm. And then they have a branch in Southern California that like does the clothing, and then wetsuits is still owned here, and like the office is here. And so basically, yeah, I kind of work with all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's awesome. It definitely can be a little bit like, you know, spread out. Mm-hmm. But it's cool. Like, yeah, my favorite stuff is yeah, getting to work around here for sure, and with JJ, and yeah, just kind of the crew and some of the O'Neill boys too. Riley is in there working, and Connor, and it's cool. It's like, and Bridget too. Like, their whole family is like so ingrained and still works like day to day in the office, which is so sick. And like, that's how a surf company should be.
Yeah.
And it makes me proud.
Totally.
Yeah, to be involved.
Well, you'd think like some people might think like, oh, well, you know, the O'Neill kids are like sitting there like on on a golden couch, like just getting everything handed to them. But no, they're in there every day, like working hard. And like,
right.
I think, yeah, I saw Connor surfing. He's like, I get 2 suits a year. I'm like, what? Like,
yeah.
If my last name was O'Neill, I'd be like, had to have a bed make out of wetsuits or something. No, it's just, it's cool to see like they're still in it and working hard for the brand. And
no, totally. The kids work super hard, and they're just so talented, all of them. Yeah, Riley, like, badass, fucking went to school, super gnarly, got it done. And Connor's like this crazy artist, and yeah, they're just awesome.
Yeah.
Good family, and yeah, solid.
And speaking of wetsuits, I asked you this in the water, I think the other day or something like that, is like most of the time I see you on like surf trips, it seems like you're in a full like wetsuit, like full hooded wetsuit and stuff. And that wasn't by design. You said those are kind of the opportunities that come up. But what do you think you like about those experiences of going places with the cold water? I'd assume that they're much less crowded.
Yeah,
most of the time.
That's a good assumption. Mm-hmm. They still get crowded. Nowadays, people are starting to catch on and realize that if you get the hyper freak 5'4" plus hooded suit, you can pretty much surf anywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I was drawn to it because, yeah, a lot of times you end up surfing alone or with a few people. And I just think that's a special experience in itself. And yeah, I think the cold, another aspect of it was just like I'm comfortable in it. Like growing up here, it's not that cold, but like it's definitely cold.
Yeah.
In the winter, there's frosty days out there. But yeah, it was just my comfort zone. And the fact that, you could go to these kind of oddball places was pretty enticing. Mm-hmm. I was like, dude, I want to go to Alaska. Like, it's God's country. Like,
yeah.
We got to go up there. Like, what's up there?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, getting to do the cold stuff was always alluring. It kind of captivated me, and I'm stoked that I've gone down that path. Like, I have been to Indo and I have been to Hawaii and Tahiti, and I'm grateful for all those experiences too. They're just as special, but definitely different.
Yeah.
And you kind of, if you want to experience some cold water surfing, I'd highly recommend it, but also recommend you bring a deck of cards and some good friends.
Yeah. Maybe have a bottle of some kind of like liquor. Take a shot beforehand.
A nice warm whiskey or something.
Yeah.
Warm you up.
Where's the coldest zone that you've been to? Like just like where you're like, whoa, this is next level.
Yeah. I did a couple of trips out to the Bering Sea for this film project called Island X, and that was with Molkoy and a few other people. But that one of those trips in particular, we'd always gone in the fall. I think it was like 3 trips or something, and the last trip we did, we went in like February or something, and that was seriously cold. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like really, really cold. And then I've also surfed on the east coast of Canada and had it been like extremely cold too, where you're like, your breathing is like freezing as it comes out, and like your spot on your it's crazy, like negative 28 or 30 degrees.
Yeah, holy cow.
One time I went to a glacier in Alaska. This is not surfing, this was just to go to a glacier.
No way.
Yeah, it was crazy. And we were just like, they gave us all the gear, and we put on the like Eskimo suits, that you see in the movies, and we had the fur hoods, and we got out of the car, and the like person who took us there was coming with us, and they just left the car on. And I was like, are you going to turn off the car? And he's like, nah, man, it'll freeze. I was like, what?
No way.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, the car, like you can't turn it off.
Holy shit.
It'll freeze. And it was like negative 36 or something.
Whoa.
Outside. It like hurt to breathe.
Crazy.
Your lungs felt like kind of like jabbed or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird, man. But that was a super cool experience. I got selfies of me and Mulks like pretending to be in ice barrels, and
Sick.
We had a lot of fun. But yeah, that was pretty, I guess, kind of surreal. You're like, damn, if I didn't have a van to get back into right now, I could die out here like in a few hours.
Sure. And how about like in the future, do you have any places like that you're jonesing to go check out as far as like surf trips or anything like that, or high priority?
Yeah, I'd love to go back to New Zealand. I've been there a fair bit, so lucky. But yeah, I just love it. It's like a mix of Hawaii and California, and the people are great there, so kind and just like welcoming. And oh yeah, I want to go to Japan.
Nice.
I've been to the airport like a million times, and somehow it hasn't let me all the way in yet. But I'm excited to go there. It looks really cool to go to the snow. And also to surf too. Yeah. So that one's high on the hit list.
I've scored in Japan.
Really?
Twice. Yeah.
Whoa.
It's freaking nuts. Like,
did you go north or south?
Well, I think like we went from Tokyo south.
Okay.
And so I think Tokyo's like midway through the island, So we didn't go to the north or any of the cold regions, but yeah, in my mind when I thought of like Japan, obviously you like think of like skyscrapers in Tokyo and like tons and tons of people, but there's places in the south there where it's like straight up like Hawaii. like it's tropical, like hotter than Hawaii, like the water temperature, the air, the humidity, and like really lush. Think Japan's like per like square foot or something like that, it's like one of the most densely wooded places on earth.
Sick.
And like in the south, like it's like straight kind of like jungly kind of,
Yeah,
like tropical vibes.
right.
And that was pretty dope. Like, and the food there's fucking so good. And
Yeah,
you can score good waves, you know, and
Totally.
the people there are just like super like kind, and the respect factor
It's through
is
the roof,
wicked.
yeah.
Yeah, they're really
Pretty cool.
super. And also too, like they were first one was on a Schrodel surf ship.
sick.
Team Schrodel, me
No
and
way.
Tyler Fox went.
That
Yeah.
rules.
So, you know, we showed up there, and he distributed his surfboards there. So like, he had like shaped blanks and sent them over there. And
Yeah.
so we just basically like had all our boards there when we showed up. And
Oh, wow.
the people who took us, Yu Sumitomo, his family, Sumitomo now, he started the Crime surfboards with
Oh,
CJ.
nice.
Yeah, so
Epic.
they worked together down there in Southern California, but his family took us around, and they basically treat you like kings. Like, we didn't spend any money, and they
Jeez.
bought everything, like killer steaks and just like the best food, like fresh fish and sushi. And
Wow.
and then after my first visit, I picked up a wetsuit sponsor there, Ocean Kids.
Nice.
Ocean Kid. And they would like, at that time it was super like, I was blown away because they tailored the wetsuits. So like everything, they would like, you know, took all my proportions.
All the
and I could
measurements.
and I got free like wetsuits they'd send them to me. And like, so the second time I went, it was kind of like they paid for everything again too. And like,
Damn.
that was like the apex of like my like chintzy like surf career or whatever.
Dude, that
you know?
sounds so legit.
Oh yeah. So, but yeah.
You were as pro as it gets.
That moment I was, dude. And it's funny too, because me and Tyler, like we did a couple like surf expos where we would go down and like the surf shop, we'd go into the surf shops, talk to all the employees. And then we did ones where at the beach where like they did these things where it was like an expo where people just showed up at the beach and watched me and Tyler surf.
Wow.
And like there's like a crowd of people, and like we like signed a t-shirt, and like they're like probably have no idea who the fuck I am, but like they're like, oh dude, this kid with blonde hair, this like surfer guy. And like,
Yeah.
so it was just like, it was pretty wild. So I think you do well over there.
Dude,
you
that's
know?
rad.
Yeah.
I love to hear that.
It's totally fun.
It's
so
sick that you guys did a Schrodel trip back in the day too. That's awesome.
I actually, boards are mental.
Yeah, I picked up 3 at a garage sale a few years ago, and one of
Nice.
them's like incredible.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Actually 2 of them, but I put some dings in it. I was riding it a ton.
Yeah, that's
gotta
what I was
get it
going to
fixed.
ask you about is with, you know, all the aerial surfing that you do and stuff like that, like what's your relationship with ding repair? Because like my garage is full of these boards that are just like rotting, and I'm just so like, I'm going to do ding repair next week, and it's like, I'm like, fuck. Anytime I start to do it, it's just like, it's like the full like just things are like going off at one time, and I get the timing wrong, or it's like I get fucking Q-cell over my hands, and it's just like, it's such a nightmare. But like, what do you do like when you ding boards?
Yeah. If I'm on a trip, I'll definitely try to fix them myself. But usually I just bring like the super easy kits that you can just like, you know, solar res,
Yeah.
fill it up, whatever. But if I'm home and if it's summer and I'm not going to be surfing them for like a long time, I'll do it myself. And then if I'm like, coming home for a week or 2 and then going somewhere else, like I'll try and hit up Felix or Brian and get them fixed and
Yeah.
get them taken care of. I definitely, from a young age, like my dad really was like, you know, you got to take care of your shit. Like, I remember I got like heckled one year at like in Hawaii I was like, I'd rinse out my wetsuit and like board shorts and stuff. And everyone's like, why are you doing that? I was like, dude, I would get pounded if I didn't do this.
Yeah.
Like I had to wash everyone's stuff, like wash my dad's suit, wash my mom's suit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like taking care of stuff.
Yeah.
It feels good. And yeah, maybe I'm a little OCD too. Like it can be messy, but then eventually you gotta get it all ship shape. And
it's nice to run a tight ship, dude. You want like your living space to be nice, you know. It's just, it always feels better to have that, I think, taken care of.
1,000%, man.
But I'm in the same boat. I'm kind of OCD. Like I'll freaking vacuum. Like I see something right there. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna like just like pick it up or like with my thumb and like put it in the trash. And then my girlfriend's kind of like, oh, okay, like dude, like chill a little bit. And I'm like, fuck, I think it's genetic, dude. Like give me a break. But
For sure. We're all our parents, right?
yeah, it is funny. That's a trip. Well, another thing, I was gonna ask you about is, as myself, like getting older and like I've been having chronic pain issues for quite a long time, but how is surfing, like as you've aged, the type of surfing that you're doing, you're kind of like putting yourself into like kind of crazy situations in the air coming down. Like how have you fared so far with like your bone health and like, like all that stuff?
Yeah, totally. Dude, somehow I've been so lucky. Definitely had a couple injuries here and there, but everything's like minor overall. Maybe I'm out of the water for 6 weeks or 2 months max, but like thankfully, yeah, knock on wood again, I've done really well with like breaking bones and tearing ligaments. I would be interested to get a CAT scan or whatever. Or is that the right term?
Oh, there's different ones.
MRI.
MRI, yeah,
MRI.
CAT scans.
I think CAT scans for your head.
Yeah.
Probably
yeah.
should get both, but
Well, you can get a CAT scan. I got one of my hip because after I had my hips replaced, I can't do MRIs anymore because like it fucks the magnets up. Like, because there's metal in there.
Damn.
And so it like tweaks it out. So they did a CAT scan and yeah, I found it's weird, dude. I've got calcification of my tendons. So like,
Really?
yeah. And like, that's something like you usually get when you're a lot older. So they're kind of tripping out on it. I don't know. Like it's frustrating, dude. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I still don't know what's wrong with me. And like, I'm just like in pain all the time. And like, it's like, yeah, it is.
I'm sorry.
It is a bummer, but I try to stay like in shape and like yoga and stuff. And is there anything that you do? Like, do you cross train at all for your surfing, or are you just kind of like a surf guy and that's how you stay in shape?
I think growing up, I was mostly just a surf guy. And then, I was so lucky to have a body that worked fairly well for most of my life. And then, in the last like 5 or 10 years, I definitely have been, starting to develop a little PT exercises, but I just do like pretty standard stuff, core strengthening and, just small stuff. Like I don't really lift weights or do anything like that. Like, but just, your push-ups and your sit-ups and your bird dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think honestly, like I don't practice yoga, but I think it's so rad. And like everyone who does it, I see the benefits.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got to get into it.
Yeah.
So one of these days I'm going to show up at your class.
Yeah,
and be like,
come, dude.
Sensei.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was talking to Nat was asking me and like, he was just like, yeah, it's hard for me to find time. I'm like, come into my class. And I think that he's like pretty focused on, well, in the past at least more so maybe than now, I'm not sure, but he was super into like the physical aspect of it and staying all
there's a reason he can like out paddle everyone and do the biggest carves and like all that.
Totally.
That guy's an animal. He works hard.
He is. And last time I talked to him, he was thinking about getting kind of interested in like real estate. And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. That's cool. He's looking kind of beyond the short term, at least for, what he can do to support his growing family and stuff. And is that something like, I know we kind of talked about this a little bit in the water, but like, is there any, like, what could you see yourself doing? Like when the surf thing kind of like fizzles out or, or if it just kind of, you come to a point where you're going to transition, like you've got a really good, like, personality and I could see you like working with people, like in a good,
it's definitely a thought. I guess like we were talking about in the water the other day, like it's funny to be 32. I'm 32 now. And just like, I never even projected myself past like 26 or something. Like I was always like, if I can travel the world and surf, then like my whole goal of life would be achieved. And so like, it's cool to have kind of, achieved somewhat that goal, but it's funny, like as you grow as a person, your goals change and, things shift. And I think, Yeah, I don't know what I want to do next per se, but I think I'll always be involved in surfing and, hopefully somewhat have a job in surfing. And I realize like, yeah, you can't do airs forever.
Yeah, totally.
But,
Well, you're pretty shreddy anyways. Like you're a great well-rounded surfer in a
right.
lot of aspects. So
Yeah, hopefully I can keep the surf dream alive for as long as possible, and then yeah, I don't know what I want to do after. I've always thought it'd be super fun to be like a bartender or a barista.
yeah.
And I was thinking, I don't know like if it'll actually happen, but it'd be so fun to create like a community space that like it's like in the morning you could have coffees and there'd be surf movies playing, and like it'd be like a hangout sort of vibe, and then like 11 a.m. hits and all of a sudden we turn on the pizza oven and we're just shoveling out pizzas, and then like 1 p.m. and Modelo refrigerator opens up and everyone can have Modelos, and then
Dude, that's sick, bro.
yeah, and then like I don't know, just I feel like in Santa Cruz nobody steal my idea, hopefully, but
Yeah.
we have like there's no like space for people to just come hang together. Like people go to Beer 30, which is great. I'm stoked for them, but like I don't know, I want like more of like a inside space, I think, and that
That'd
one's
be
more
cool.
outdoor, and like yeah, I just want to like facilitate a community space where people can come and like show films or have events or whatever it is. I think that'd be a really fun thing to be involved in. I don't know to what capacity I would be involved in, but
Yeah.
I would love to do something entrepreneurial
Yeah.
like that.
I'd show up. Yeah.
Hey, it'd be sick.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do I want to do on like the perfect day in Santa Cruz? Like I want to get up and go surf and then like go hang at a coffee shop and then yeah, see my friends and like, have a beer and sit in the sun or like, hang out in like a sick space where like cool people are coming and going all the time, and like, we could have like Surfer Magazine archive wall, and like yeah, people could just be chilling and enjoying hanging out and being together.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, dude. Yeah, like just keep your little notebook, dude.
Yeah.
Keep writing down those ideas. But yeah, I don't think you're in any danger of losing your place as a marketable surfer, and that's really awesome. And
Thank you.
yeah, I think it's just trippy to see guys like Nat with like no main sponsor, like that kid is just
Yeah.
like freaking such an amazing surfer, and
Right.
I'm sure he might get like offers from brands, but it might not just be anything that he's probably holding out for something, he was making a lot of money from a young age surfing.
For sure.
So he probably is not going to like settle for something that just doesn't like align with his values or, what he wants to do with the surfing. But
Totally.
yeah, he's a great friend and a good surfer. So we're just so lucky to have so many cool people in Santa Cruz, and like yourself, it's so cool to see you surfing and doing your thing and getting rewarded for it. And I think, we've had like a pretty nice talk and touched a lot of topics and stuff. And, besides, plugging the movie, is there anything else that, I always like to say you wanted to plug, or anyone you wanted to thank, anything you want to get off your chest? I'm here for you right now. I'm listening.
Deep moments.
Yeah.
No, man, I want to thank you, Neil. It's cool to get a platform to just chat on and let your ideas loose in the world. And yeah, thanks for having me, and hopefully everyone can come to Keeping in the Shadows February 21st, the Rio Theater.
That's what's up. Yeah.
But yeah, man, thank you. And yeah, hopefully we can keep it rolling and do another one of these one day. And
Yeah.
I'll have my little Grom with me, and
There you go.
she can start blabbling in here.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's been a pleasure to chat with you. It's always great to see you surfing in the water and on land. And you're just a amazing person. So I wanted to just remind everybody that this is Split Peak Soup Podcast. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I mean it. Don't watch it and not subscribe or like it. The YouTube algorithm is like super cruel.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know, just to be able to do this is so much fun. I don't mind doing it for no money. Actually, I wouldn't almost have it any other way. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't turn down a couple advertising bucks, you know. But
No doubt.
yeah, it's part of the Santa Cruz Vibes podcast network, and the new issue just came out a couple days ago. So
sick! I need to pick it up.
Yeah, me too. I need to pick it up. I got a couple of articles in there. I did a Michelle Junot profile, and Bob Pearson did the replicas of those Hawaiian surfboards.
Right.
So that's out. So pick up a copy, and yeah, check out Noah's new movie, and follow him on Instagram and all that kind of cool, groovy stuff.
Yeah, bless.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you guys so much, and we'll check you out next time on the Split Peak Soup Podcast. Chew.
Chew.
Yeah, dude.